back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. Sorry you're a bit away. I can't find anywhere to prop you, and there's no stand because I haven't got my big tripod, so I'm sorry you're on a table over there, but I said we'll do a sit down with Shan. I've just washed my hair and I may have just ordered a bit of room service. So we have, oh yes, look at that my lovelies, we've got a pepperoni pizza because I thought, you know what, this month's topic is how to live your best life, and what better way to live your best life than sitting here stuffing our face with pizza, not giving a care in the world. So I don't want to rabbit on because we're going to be here for quite a while, because I have had quite a few little ones sent in. This has gone down very well with you all. So as I say, thank you to everyone who has sent some bits and bobs in, because we've got a lot to get through and we've got some pizza to get through. Right, it's probably not the best angle because you're actually facing upwards, so you're going to see me double chin. Fabulous, that is my simple request. Right, let's kick it off, shall we? Actually, let's just have a quick bite of the pizza because I'm well and truly making the most of this. It is my last night, my lovelies, and I just fancied, why not get some extra pizza? Absolutely lovely stringy cheese. Living our best life, eating pizza, talking to you guys in the Dominican Republic. So I asked for tips, tricks, experiences, anything of how to live your best life. And as I say, we've had quite a lot, so I'm going to work my way through. We've got 4 pages today. 4 pages. So the first one, my lovely, says to just let things go. Don't get hung up on the small things. Life is too short to live with regret. Amen. Absolutely, my lovely. I realised as I've got older, I like to be in control of things. I like to feel there is some type of control within my life of every aspect. So whether that be work, friendships, I don't know, money, saving, travel, everything like that. I like to feel like I'm in control or have some form of control over it. If you have seen the run up to this lovely holiday, you will realise that I had no control. And as I film this on my last full day here, I may not have control again tomorrow because it looks like we might have another flight situation disaster. So as long as I get home, that's the main thing, as long as I get home. And as she says, don't get hung up on the small things. It's too short to live with regret. As I say, we're here for a good time, not a long time. No one knows when their number's up, as morbid as that sounds. So you've got to literally make every day count. And you will and truly see throughout all of the vlogs, I think there's 5 vlogs in total. The first one is exporting as we speak. It's a long one. I think it's about 2.5 hours. You like long vlogs, so you're literally going to come away on the holiday with me, my lovelies. And I've done quite a few things that I never thought I would do in my life. And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm all here for embracing it. Because as I say, you need to make memories wherever you go and just enjoy yourself, because you never know when your number's up. This is very good, and I think very relatable to what is needed in this day and age. Talk to yourself with as much kindness as you would anyone else. How many people, I can say for myself as well, I am polite to anyone. Like here, you do notice with different nationalities, let's just say, they can sometimes not be as friendly towards the staff here. I know I've paid for this, but this is their people's jobs, and you don't need to talk to them like, well, you're here to do me a favour. You still have to talk to people with manners and respect, and I always please, thank you when they say, oh, how are you? I'm like, how are you? And they're like, thank you for asking. It's little things like that that will make people's day. Oh, excuse me. And the thing is, you can be polite to everyone outside, but if you're not kind to yourself, which, don't get me wrong, many nights before I'm due to go out, I look in the mirror and I'm like, don't know what I see. That shouldn't have gone with that. You shouldn't have had that extra portion of tacos because now you look bloated. And I think it's so easy for us to be kind to everyone else because we think it's polite and it's manners, but then to ourselves, we're not that kind. And it can sometimes make us really like sad and unhappy, and it's not a good thing, is it? It's not a good thing. We need to learn to be kind to ourselves. As I say, at the beginning of the holiday, really felt guilty for eating food out here because I thought, right, 6 months I've done in the gym, I lost more than what I thought. I was very happy with the way I looked when I come out. 2 weeks later, am I happy with how I look? No. She probably doesn't help herself if she's sitting here with a pepperoni pizza and then she can be ordering room service later. But I was really guilty, and I said to my friend at work, I said, like, I've paid for it and I want to enjoy the food, but part of me is like, well, I know you're not going to get up for the gym tomorrow, so just don't eat it. And I was very in between, like, do I eat? Because if I eat, I'm going to feel guilty and I'm going to be like, everything I've burnt off and worked towards to get here, I'm going to put back on. And he was just like, relax, you're on holiday, you can go back to the gym when you're home, like, relax your stuff. And I was like, I know. So that's what I'm doing. The last few days I've been well and truly enjoying myself, my lovelies. Which again ties in with the first one. Life is short, so we need to be kind with ourselves and not make any regrets, or not live with regret, that she said. Very, very good. I like this one. One of my lovelies says, my best life would be chilling with my husband and family, having me time, reading and pampering with treating myself. Love that. I've really been enjoying my Kindle on the holiday, my lovelies. Who would have thought? First time I've used it since I bought it. And you know what? So many people read by the pools. On the beach, at dinner. So many people. Whether that be a Kindle or a physical book. I was very surprised. And for me, I've been reading by the pool. I've been reading up on my pool. I've been reading when I go for an evening drink before my meal. I've been reading when I've been at the dinner table sometimes as well. Love it. Switch off, immerse yourself in that world, and go to town. Oh, there's little burnt bits of pepperoni. Best part of the pizza, eh? They're probably going to think, what is going on? Because I'm going to order room service later. I'm having for my final night. Oh, no. Almost just tipped the pizza. For my final night, I'm having a self-love night. So I'm still going to dress up. Still going to do my slap, but I don't want to go out. I've had a teetotal day because I had quite a heavy night last night. And I'm going to have dinner out on the balcony. Get some room service, go out on the balcony, watch a film, and have some me time. Another one of you lovelies says, spending time with friends and family is my best life. Love that. I have been seeing, because I've been working through the comments as well, because I didn't answer to any comments in the run up to holiday because it was just very stressful. So the first week I completely was off social media, and the past few days I've been trying to like catch up with comments here and there and reply as and when I can. I mean, there is still loads. So if I haven't responded to any of your comments yet, please don't shout at me. You girls are trying to relax. I will be responding everything. Once I'm back home properly, I think Monday, because I'll be off work, I'll get in, unpack, and then I will crack on with editing and replying back to comments. So if I haven't replied to any comments of yours by the time this video goes up, please do not worry, I will respond back to you. I mean, not that you're worried that I don't respond, but I will always respond back to you and have a little bit of a chit chat. I have noticed there's been a few comments going through saying, why didn't Mama G come with you? Why didn't you bring anyone? Da 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 da. Mama G does not really like flying. If you've seen the travel diaries, majority of our holidays when I was a child was either to Greece or Cyprus because they were short flights. I don't think mum could do a 9-hour plus flight. She doesn't like long haul. I don't think she's ever really done a long haul. A lot of her holidays have been in Europe. So 3 to 4 hours max would be what would suit her. I don't think she'd be able to deal with the heat. I know how she gets, and I think it could aggravate her asthma. So, I mean, that's not saying me and mum, we might go away to Greece or whatever. She needs a passport. I mean, I need a passport next year as well. But I just don't think long haul she would be able to do, which is a shame. Because I know that she'd like love the vibe and everything of that here. And then in regards to why did I not bring someone with me, I didn't have anyone to bring with me. To be perfectly honest, and probably as sad as that sounds, I didn't have anyone to bring with me. But I kind of didn't, in a way. I wanted to do it on my own to see if I could do it on my own. And I have, and I'm happy with that. And just as I'm talking, the sun's like just starting to set. It's like, oh, it's a lovely view. But yeah, that clears up. Mama G, she can't do long haul. I don't think she could deal with this heat. Like, it's been 30 to 33 every single day. It's been like 27, 28 by probably like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. 26 to 27 at sleeping. I think she'd just get very flustered. And yeah, I didn't have anyone else to bring with me. So I come here on my Jack Jones. And you know what? I've had a bloody good time. I like the next two. So one of my lovelies says, be yourself. If they don't like it, sod them. I've put it into practice the last couple of years. Amen. Amen. And she's a lovely lady. We have a good chat. Especially now, because we're in like the Halloween series. Series? Halloween season is what you meant to say, Shan. Always having a bit of chit chat. She tags me in videos on TikTok. Absolutely love it. I can relate to that. I always find when you go through something in life, whether that be a breakdown of a friendship, breakdown of a relationship, you have to sometimes work backwards. And like, depending on how long the situations have been, you need to like find yourself again. And sometimes people don't like it when you do find yourself again, because they're so used to maybe like how you was in like, say, that bubble, for example, that when you come out on your own, you set yourself new boundaries and you set yourself new limits, and you have new goals and new ambitions and that. And sometimes people don't like that. People sometimes find that intimidating. They might find it arrogant because they're like, why the sudden change? I mean, I had quite a few comments when I done a post on my personal Instagram when I changed over the hotel and holiday and everything like that, and I put a countdown, and I had a few messages from people saying, why are you going? What's the point of you going? And I'm just kind of like, because I want to go. And it wouldn't be bad if they were like, say, for example, people I spoke to regularly or like close friends of that. But it was just random people that was popping up. And I'm like, your opinion is completely irrelevant to me. And it was like, so why are you going? Well, why'd you get up and go to work every day? Because you have to do it. And I had to do that. I wasn't going to lose any more time travelling. We're finally allowed to fly now. So yes, I was going to make the most of it. And if it meant I was going on my Jack Jones because of the current situation, here I am. And I would say, never let anyone tell you you can't because you're on your own. Or if, say, like, if you have a partner or whatever, but you want to do something and your partner doesn't, and you're like, well, I'm just not going to do it. Go and do it. Because you'll only kick yourself 10 years later, and you'll think, maybe I should have done that, or maybe I could have done that. As I say, I've done stuff here that I've been wanting to do for years and years, always kind of not been held back, but there's never been like a right time, for example. I've been here, I've done them things, and I'm like, you know what? I cannot wait to do them again. You just wait for the holiday vlogs, my lovelies. I think, I don't know, I think they might already, would all of them have been up by now? Maybe just the first one, I have no idea. I know I've got so much content, but I'm not too sure which order it's going in. But I'll tell you what order this is going in. Very blooming nice. Good pizza. I don't know what to have for me. This is kind of like a starter because we're doing the video. I've got to film another video after this. So yeah, once this is done, I'll get a bit more filming and then I'll order my main course. and then I can go and set myself up on the balcony and have a nice little evening. And I like this one. So another one of my lovelies, again, we have a good little chit chat on Instagram, always talking to each other. They say, be kind, greet people with a smile, make 5 mini goals a week and make big goals a year. Now I like that because, you know me, beginning of every year and the end of every year, I like to make new goals and go over new goals. New goals, old goals. I never think about doing weekly goals. And I think that's quite good, 5 mini goals a week. So that could be, say, 1 Monday to Friday. It could be something so simple as, I don't know, treat yourself to a coffee. Or try and get a video done, or catch up on my editing, or being kind to yourself, like giving yourself a compliment once a day. I like that. I might actually start doing that. We're in October. I'm very much now at the point, if I want to start anything, I'm like, I'll start it in the new year. I'll start it in the new year. But I am on the process and the hunt of looking for my 2023 diary, okay? Yes, I have fallen off the wagon. I'm not naked, that is just my ginormous thigh at the moment because I've got a bit of cramp there. I am in the process of trying to find my 2023 diary. I've kind of fallen off the wagon with my diary just before the holiday because I was looking at all the stuff that was written in there and it just weren't going to plan. I was getting very frustrated. So I'm on the process of looking for my new diary, and I definitely think I'm going to look for one where there's like a gratitude section, or like what you're thankful for that day, and do a little go. I like that. I like that a lot. Right, I'm going to quickly eat a full slice off camera because I know you probably don't want to see me sitting here stuffing my face. And then we'll come back. We've still got plenty to talk about. I'm back. I ended up actually in the whole rest of that pizza. So, sorry about that, but it's bloody delightful. Right, where was we? Another one of you says, don't try to please anyone else. Just please yourself. I think it's just this day and age. I think social media, the media, tabloids, newspapers, everything like that, it doesn't help people because you might do something and someone will say, no, you can't do that, or that's not the right way to do it, or you shouldn't be doing that. This is the way you should be doing it. La-di-la-di-la. And you know what? That's like saying, right, I saw a clip the other day, and don't get me wrong, I was a bit perplexed. It was Kendall Jenner slicing a cucumber. And I did watch it and think, huh? But obviously they have people to do stuff for this. And she got really slated, and I thought, you know what? I understand for the majority of people in this world, slicing a cucumber is a straightforward task. However, she is very privileged to have chefs and cooks and everything like that, so she hasn't needed to. She still cut it. It might have been a bit worrying to watch because I didn't want her to cut herself, but she's still done it. So the thing with like, well, if you shouldn't do it that, you should do it this way, da-da-da-da. You could have one situation, say for example, slicing a cucumber. And there's probably 100 ways to slice a cucumber. Does it really matter if your way is different to my way? Because at the end of the day, you still get a sliced up cucumber. And I like that because everyone will be quick enough, I think, to put their 2-bob bit in when really they don't need to. Like, if you're just going to spout horribleness, why? Why are you wasting your oxygen just to try and like downgrade someone or like make them feel sad? It's just, it's not right. I don't like it. Let's have a look. Getting coffee every day, not making it but buying. That's someone's idea of living their best life. Amen to that. I have been taking full advantage of the coffee shop on this complex because nothing beats a fresh coffee that you haven't had to make and whip up your cream frother and then put on your toppings. It's just done and dusted. So I'm with you there. Having coffee made every day. I think that's probably why at work, every lunch, me and my friend would go for a coffee. Because number one, gets you out of the workplace. lets you zen and de-stress and chill. Number 2, everyone loves a coffee, or if you don't like a coffee, they do tea, fruit juices, anything like that. It's a good way just to have a chit chat, and it's a really nice way of trying loads of different coffees. He never used to like iced coffee, and now it's like he's an iced coffee connoisseur. He's tried all of the frappes, now moving on to the lattes, and I'm like, now is when it gets exciting because Christmas is coming. So there's going to be gingerbread spice lattes. There is going to be Terry's chocolate orange lattes. I have seen a little advertisement today for Costa, 3rd of November. Amen. He did try a pumpkin spice latte as well, just before I come away on holiday, and he liked that. So yeah, I completely get that. Coffee, to me, is not just a way to de-chill. Like, I can go to Costa, and I quite like getting a peach hibiscus tea. If anyone else has had it, let me know down below, because it's just very refreshing. And I do love an iced tea. I have tried the strawberry and mint one, but it's a bit too much for me, you know. I do like my peach hibiscus iced tea. But yes, getting coffee every day and not making but buying. And wouldn't it be better if it wasn't so blooming expensive? That's the thing. Because we go pretty much every day, so that's like 2 drinks a day, 10 a week. Come Friday, there's like a free drink on there. So every other Friday, one of us gets a free drink. I'm like, hey ho, everyone's a winner. Again, one of you love this. I think this is definitely like a recurring theme. Talk kindly to yourself, because thoughts become things. So I think in that context, like say for example, body image. Let's go with that. So you may look at yourself in the mirror. So say for example, I'll take myself for example. I've looked at myself on this holiday after a few mornings of quite a heavy night before, and I'll look at myself and I'm just like, why? You don't need breakfast today, you don't need lunch, you don't need snacks, you're literally just going to have dinner and be done with it. And then you have to be careful, because in this heat you have to eat. You can't be starving in this heat because you'll pass out. For me, I think maybe I put a little bit of weight on through the alcohol consumed. If you know me, you know I love my Baileys. And there is a cocktail that I have found out here called a Dirty Monkey, which is vodka, Baileys, banana, chocolate sauce and cream. It is literally like a banana Baileys milkshake. And let's just say they go down very easy, to the point the other day I had, I think it was about 5 in the space of an hour, got in a little rubber ring dinghy chair thing and was floating around the pool for almost an hour and a half, until a couple came to wake me and was like, are you alright? And I was like, whoa, because I had no idea where I was. They don't taste that alcoholic to start with, because obviously I love my Baileys. So to me, it just tastes like you're having a Baileys, absolutely fine. Bit of fruit in there, happy days. And then it wasn't, obviously I was in the sun, and the sun zaps you, don't it? The sun zaps you indeed. So yeah, that was eventful, very eventful to say the least. And since then, as I say, that was last night, because last night I also ended up at a silent disco. This is what I mean. I'm like, who is she? Who is this woman? So today I was like, I'm having a detox day, and not one bit of alcohol has passed my lips today. When I went to the pool, I just had water and Coke. Now I've got Coke. Probably not great, so I should probably stick with water, but there's no vodka, there's no rum in it. Teetotal. I had a detox day, I think it was a few days ago, where I went to the spa, and it was just so zen. And I didn't drink all day, but then I had a good drink in the evening. So it's everything in moderation, but I completely digress. The thing is, if you say certain things to yourself, so say for example, you might think, oh, my nose is too big, so I don't like my nose, do I? I've got a crooked nose from many, many years ago, when play fighting with an ex, and we was on the bed and he pushed my knee into my nose, and obviously nose bled, everything like that. It didn't break, but I think something's happened, because there's like a ridge in there now, which I never liked. And every time I look at it, I'm like, need a nose job. But if you continuously say that to yourself, or you continuously say, the ridge is there, the nose, those thoughts will then turn into actions because you'll want to do something to rectify that. And that's where I think it can get dangerous, because if there's no levels of self-belief or self-restraint, it could be very disastrous for that person. And it might be thoughts of, say you're thinking of yourself or people have heard. If people have nasty thoughts or say nasty thoughts to you, do not entertain them people in your lives. They are honestly not worth anything. I was going to say that there, but I'll keep it PG. They're not worth anything. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your effort. They're not worth anything. Because at the end of the day, I saw a quote, was it on TikTok or Instagram? And they said the only person that is with you every morning when you wake up, every night when you go to bed, every meltdown you have, every high, every low, is yourself. So we need to be obviously kind to others, but above all, we need to be kind to ourselves, because we're the only ones. I know people say people have each other's back, but when it comes down to it, you're the only person who will ever have your own back truly. People might disagree with me on that, and as I say, please feel free to say in the comments. Let's not start having an argument, but it's just, as I say, we're all here for a little talking forum. For me, I think no one will truly have your back like you would have your own back. And as they say, you wake up with each other every morning. If you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day together. If you're going to bed and you cry, and you're doing it together. You, your mind, your heart, your soul, your body, everything. That's the only person that is there with you 24/7. When you have them bad thoughts or the bad things are creeping in, it's only you that can stop that. There is help out there, I understand, but sometimes people don't want to go for help, and that's perfectly understandable. But we have to think of ourselves and put ourselves first in some circumstances. And it's not about being selfish. It's not about, oh, well, they're just thinking about themselves. Sometimes you need that. You need to just take a step away, reevaluate how you feel, and say, for example, situations, how other people would feel if it was vice versa, because you may think, oh, I'm overreacting, they're telling me that. And actually, when you look at it from another perspective, you're not. You're actually being very reasonable. So yeah, I don't think we should be nasty to ourselves, but I can't sit here and act out and not be hypocritical, because I am probably one of the most, I don't know how would you do it, like self-criticizing. If you ask my friend at work, I will never, if anyone is nice to me at work or outside, I'm like, I always think there's a hidden agenda. And I'm just like, I can't take compliments. And I'm just like, it baffles me. And I get, if someone says to me, you look nice, I'm like, what's up? Like, I can't take it at just point value of someone being nice. And my friend says, he's like, you just need to trust people. And I'm like, trust is a big word. I think I'm not one of these that I think you have two people in the world. You either trust everyone until someone breaks your trust, or you have to feel that person has earned your trust. I am the latter. I can't just trust everyone I meet, because to be honest, it's done me over half the time in my past. So now I'm like, I'll be polite, I'll be amicable, but when it comes to trust, you have to show me in a way that I can trust you, whether that's like just being there or anything at all. But yeah, I wish I could be someone who trusts everyone until they thing me, but see it once bitten, twice shy and all that. So now, unfortunately, I am of the mindset that you have to earn the trust with me, which people might not like, but hey ho, we are only here and we have to look after ourselves, don't we? Another one of my lovelies, again, stop worrying about others' opinions. They mean nothing and don't make you happy. How many people feel validated upon other people's opinions? Whether they're good opinions or bad opinions, we have to feel like validation through someone else. And yet our own thoughts and opinions, we don't get any validation from. We just like toss them aside. I like that because, again, I must say, I do think it is the day and age that we live in. Because growing up, there was never like, never really all this social media. I think it was just MySpace and Facebook when I was growing up. And that was it. I think if I'd have grown up now, like say been a teenager now with Instagram and TikTok and all that, I think it would have been horrendous for me. I actually think it would have been disastrous. And I don't think there is enough stuff out there for youngsters. Like, you've got children, young children on these platforms, and there's no security. It's just like, are you over 18? They click a box, yes, done. I think there needs to be something where like you put proof of like a passport or a driver's license in there, so you actually have to verify you are old enough, because social media can be a very, very dark world. And if you're incredibly young and you don't understand the world of social media, it can probably eat you alive, and it can cause people to do such horrendous things because they will then have such self-doubt and self-worth, and it's not a nice place. And I do think there needs to be a lot more regarding social media, and like I would say you've got to be at least 16, I would say, potentially 18, because the stuff on social media, some of the stuff you see before it gets taken down is like, if you was to see that in a film, it would be 18. You can go on, say for example, Twitter, and I remember, I think it was a few months ago, a young man, I think he was in Australia, I think it was Australia, and it was a knife attack, and you might have seen it, I can't remember his name, but his friends were having an altercation, and he walked over to try and break it up, and you just see in an instant this knife come out from the other guy, and they go running away, and he grabbed his throat, and when he moved his hand, unfortunately he'd been caught in the throat with the knife, and he died there and then. That video circulated on Twitter, I think, for about 3 or 4 days before it got took down. Now, say for example, if you had a younger sibling or a niece or nephew or just anyone, and you was a child of 6, 7 years old on that, and you saw that, number one, it's traumatizing, it's scarring, and this is why I don't think young children should be on social media unless it is very moderated, and because I know that there's like certain filters you can put on. As I say, I haven't got children, so I can only go by what I hear in that. But if, say for example, you've got children, they use social media, is there filters and things that you can moderate what comes up of like certain topics and sensitivities of nature and everything like that? Because I think if there's not a thing in place where you have to prove you're of a certain age, there definitely needs to be filters for the youngsters, because otherwise it's a whole different world that they're probably far too young to even be considering, you know? I like this one. Change every negative thought into a positive one. That's my idea of living my best life. Always try and find the sun out of the rain, eh? Turn that frown upside down. If someone says, say for example, we've changed your flight last minute, me, being me, if you'd seen the Pamper video, had an absolute meltdown. Again, I should have looked at that like, well, I'm still getting away. So you do have to, I would like to work on that myself to try and find a positive in every negative. And apologies if the lighting keeps dimming, as I say, because it is sunset at the moment. It's a little bit like all haywire. I've got all the lights on that I can have on, but I've got my balcony shutters open so that I can see. It's all dark now, and it's all just lit up with all the little lights in the palm trees. And then the last one I'm going to end on, be yourself. Don't try to keep up with the others. Be kind to yourself. You only have one chance at this life. Live it how you will. That is very true. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I think it's the day and age. It's, well, if someone's got a 10-inch TV, I need a 30-inch TV. If someone's got 1 car, I need 5 cars. If someone's gone on holiday here, I need to go on holiday there. If I've got this much in my bank, I need to have this much. There's always competition. Always competition. I mean, like, there's competition in everything in life, from like the supermarkets to the online stores. There is competition everywhere. We don't need to bring further competition into our lives with competing against ourselves. And as I say, I just think we are here, as you say, you have one life. as horrible as that sounds, and if you know me for a while, you know one of my biggest fears is death, and I have quite bad death anxiety quite a lot of the time. It hasn't been too bad while I'm out here because I feel like I've been fulfilling something, you know, like I've actually been doing something. However, I do have nights where I always think you're not going to be here forever. And it's not like a game where, say for example, if you die in a game, you can just restart the game. You don't get that restart. And I think now as I'm nearing 30, I'm not quite there just yet. Not quite there just yet. I'm 27 currently. I've got 3 years till I hit the 30. But that's where you look at it and you think, I could be like halfway through my life. Who knows? I could be like a third or like a quarter. Well, a quarter. I'd love to live to 120. Even like a third to live to 90. But you could be halfway through your life. You don't know. You could be like 3/4 through your life. No one absolutely knows a thing. No one knows when your time's up. And that does, I get, well, you'll know from vlogs and that I've spoken about in the past, I get so, oh, little bit of activity outside. Someone's living their life, clearly. They're living their best life out there. I can get myself worked up so much to the point of panic attacks, hyperventilation. I can't sleep. I just will not settle because the thought of it absolutely scares me to death. And I think where I dealt with death from, I would say quite a young age. My granddad first died when I was 9. And then I didn't have anyone else pass until I was 18 and 20. So I feel like I've dealt with death from a young age, but it doesn't make it easier. And I think with everything going on in the world and all the upheaval and just things that you would not think will go on in this day and age that is happening like overseas, and obviously we know what's going on in the world, and it's just baffling and it's worrying because you go on and the media again, it's scaremongering. It's like, oh, London, da 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 da, firing line, da 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 da, nuclear. We don't need to know this. We do not need to know this. You do not need to instill any more fear into people than the fear that people hold daily. And I do feel it's getting worse. Like Mum, she says you open a paper or turn on the news, she's like, you don't know what you're going to see. And half the stuff is not, like, you're not surprised at it anymore. And that's terrible. If you see, for example, I don't know, an accident or an altercation and they say the victim's 18 but the perpetrator's like 15 or 16, and you just think, how? Like, what is going on in the world that everything has gone so far beyond repairable, it seems? If incidents are happening in schools, what is being done in schools? Oh, must be my next door neighbour going out. What is going on in schools to protect kids? What is going in to prevent things from happening in schools again? And it's so baffling. And I say everything like that, it scares me sometimes. But I have to just think, you have one life, and when your time is up, your time is up. No one's going to know when that is. So am I going to stress that I'm not moved out yet? Sometimes. Am I going to stress if I haven't got XYZ amount in my bank? No. Am I going to stress if I can't get on holiday again? Probably yes, because travelling is my thing. I don't want to stay rooted in one spot. However, when I move, I want to be in one spot. I don't want to move around. So I think that's why I'm being a bit more picky and choosy, because people might think, well, that's ridiculous. Like, you obviously have to move different homes in your life, but I don't want to. So I would rather save more and get what I want, and I know it's going to last me. And that probably sounds really morbid, like it lasts you till your innings, but I don't want to move. I just want one place where I can make my memories and be done. We've moved twice. I had my first childhood home till I was 4, and then from 4 I've been in my one now 23 years, and that will be, as Mum says, that's the home now until anything happens to her or when I move out. And I want that, just like that place for you. As I say, we all know I don't really see kids on my future. I mean, not yet. Hey, who knows, maybe ever. But for now, my time is me and for travelling and everything. And how to round up living your best life. just go and do what the hell you want to do. Sod people's opinions, sod people's judgments. You don't need it. You do not need it in the slightest. And you know what? When you do it, you'll think, what was I so afraid of? I'm literally like, now I'm counting down the days until Jamaica. I'm like, it's like 320 odd or something. Not that I'm counting. Because I'm like, I want to get back out there. I want to make new memories for myself, overcome new challenges, conquer more fears. And yeah, live my best life as I am right now. I mean, it would be better if there was a dirty monkey in my hand and not a Coke, but I think my blood at the moment is probably Baileys and dirty monkeys. Oh, and of course a bit of rum. So my lovelies, I do hope you've enjoyed this little sit down with Shan. As I say, apologies for stuffing my face earlier. I was getting quite peckish. And I think now I'm going to try and attempt to start packing, let this go down, and then I've got another video to film, and then I'm going to have my dinner out on the balcony. But yeah, I have enjoyed this. We all know I love a good sit down with Shan, and I thought, you know what, I can't not go away and not do a sit down with Shan abroad. I will be doing a little segment of monthly favourites while I'm out here, so that will like be that, and then back at home, because obviously I spent half the month here, so I'm going to have favourites from here and then favourites at home. Probably going to be a big like disparity between them here. I'm going to be like, oh, this is the suntan lotion and these are the sunglasses. And then when I get home, I'm going to be like, this is the throw and these are the blankets and these are my candles, because it's not 33 degrees in the UK right now. Mum keeps saying to me, oh, it's really cold. Make sure you wrap up for your return flight. I'm like, oh, great. Oh, great, mother. Thank you very much. I'm going to be hitting reality with a full force Monday morning when I land in Gatwick. But yes, as I say, I don't want to ramble on because I've got a lot to do. I've left everything last minute, and you obviously want to get on with your day because you're probably sick of seeing my face right now. I think we're in the 7-day uploads at the moment until 1st of November. 1st of November, it will be 6 a week, and I think it's 6 a week for 2-3 weeks, and then from Black Friday week, we're going to upload every single day through Black Friday, all through December, Vlogmas, up until the first Sunday in January. But yes, if you did enjoy the video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment if you didn't send anything in. How would you describe living your best life? If you want to get involved in any other sit down with Shans or like little chit chats, my Instagrams are always down there, my lifestyle and food. I always ask you guys over on my stories for your little inputs, and as I say, everything does remain anonymous. So thank you to the people who did send in. Take care, stay safe as always, and I'll probably see you tomorrow for probably another holiday related vlog. Who knows? Bye guys.